Is there anything you would like to say before we begin? It's from 2012, approximately. Oh, actually, I went through courses. It was a Dolores Cannon course, and I discovered my way of doing it. Well, there's always some kind of, well, we cannot guarantee 100%, let's just say accuracy, but during our career, usually many people remember their past lives, and when we are telling them their past lives, the facts that they remember and what we are delivering, we match. So that's a confluence we can rely upon. So we will gonna begin with a few seconds exercise by which we are going to concentrate on our inside, and we are going to create intention that you want to know your soul records, and you're gonna express that intention by saying words, please open my soul records. We are looking at your soul records now. So the soul has, it depends how you look at it, but we can consider your soul as old soul. Old, usually we are referring to as that the soul came from other universe, meaning that this universe had its own evolution, but your soul had evolved in some other universe, which is unknown to us, to our knowledge, but your soul eventually came to this universe. So we are not sure how long it had evolved in other universes, but eventually it came here, and the point for coming here was to, well, it was like an adventure. Your soul was of an adventurous type. It was looking for adventures and wanted to explore new things. Maybe your soul is not of the traveling type, meaning some souls are just jumping from universe to universe to explore different things. Your soul was not of that type, but it had traveled through maybe a few universes. Eventually it ends up here in this universe. It's several 100 million years ago, and your soul begins to explore this universe. This universe is strange for your soul. It's, well, let's just say nothing your soul has experienced as before, so therefore it is curious. It is interesting for your soul to explore this universe, to explore different types of forms, different types of ways of life, how different types of entities are living in all sorts of planets, trying to adapt to various conditions, like different climatic zones, different types of atmosphere, all sorts of things that are happening in various planets. So all those things seemed very exciting and very interesting to explore, but your soul knew that this universe is somewhat unique and it is going to offer strange new experiences unexperienced before. It had this inner feeling that this is going to be different, something that your soul was eager to experience. So eventually your soul, after exploring all sorts of various forms, it found itself attracted to our galactical sector, that is Milky Way galaxy, Andromeda galaxy, and Triangulum galaxy. And in here, your soul found, or at least it thought that it found what it was looking for. And it was this strange energy, the energy of, well, let's just say confusion and misunderstandings and all sort of misbehavior, something that we usually refer as the dark energy. Many souls have been attracted to this type of energy because it was different. It was nothing what other souls have seen anywhere else. Because usually the universe works through like synergy, like everything is coordinated and tries to work together. Here, there have been conflicting energies, like disagreements and all sort of, well, misalignments of energy. And it was interesting. For some, it was interesting because it was something to learn from. For some, it was interesting because it was something to experience. For some, it was interesting because it was something to work with. For your soul, everything was interesting. You wanted to experience it all from all sides. So it began to work with these energies, beginning with Triangulum Galaxy, and later on moved to Andromeda Galaxy, and eventually to our Milky Way Galaxy. With each galaxy, your soul began to move deeper into these energies, to understand them more intimate, I would say. And in our galaxy, the Milky Way Galaxy, it decided to have deep incarnation, meaning to have some long-term lifetimes in physical bodies, beginning from Lyra constellation, but it did not incarnate in Lyra constellation. It just began to, let's just say, start the integration process. The first race, which was interesting for your soul, was the reptilian race. The reptilian race was interesting because we were different. We wanted to do things differently, and we wanted to, let's just say, do things their own way. So your soul incarnated into a reptilian body. It was during the wars of the Lyra, and the reptilians had the war with Lyrans, and later on moved to Orion constellation. In there, you had some further lives in the reptilian body. At the beginning, it seemed like an appropriate experience, but later on, your soul began to come to a conclusion that maybe it's not the best experience after all. It was interesting in the beginning, but actually it kind of began to be bored, because a lot of things in Orion have been strictly regulated, of like a martial law type of societies there, where everything was controlled and dictated and so on. So you began to dislike this type of lifestyle and wanted some freedom. So you joined some renegades who escaped the Orion constellation and became like, let's just say, freelancers who were traveling around our galaxy in a spaceship. It was a big spaceship with several thousand inhabitants, and you were traveling around and exploring the galaxy, looking for adventures and trying to maybe discover something or explore something. Actually, you kinda didn't knew what you were doing exactly, but you knew what you didn't wanted to do, and that was to live in a dictatorship, the Orion. So basically anything was better than that. And your community, we were taking on certain like various jobs, transporting jobs, maybe to transport something, or sometimes bounty hunting, like to capture something for the prize or something. Various activities your company has been engaging in, and eventually, apparently something happened with your spaceship. Something broke down, and you needed to land. And apparently, you broke down in our solar system. So, what happened then? You decided to split into groups and to send space pods to different planets in our solar system to look for some kind of help, I guess, or anything, maybe some parts to buy or to get somehow, or to do somehow or something to fix your spaceship. Your space pod was sent to Mars planet, other space pods to different planets, and it appears it was happening several thousand years ago. And in the Mars you found life, and you tried to communicate with them, asking for some assistance, but they were not friendly. They actually took you and your comrades to captivity. They arrested you. They thought that you were some kind of spies or some kind of invaders. Probably it was not like intended against you personally, it was just that they have treated everyone like that. The strange thing for you was that they were also of a reptilian type. So, in a sense, you thought that maybe you found someone you can relate to, but actually, they did not express any kind of relatability. They just pretended that you were some kind of unfamiliar entity, which was, in a sense, true, despite genetic relatability. So they arrested you, and after some time, you began to understand that you are in a big trouble because you were not able to get away from there. Apparently, you have been incarcerated and you spent several years in a jail, and nothing was moving on to in any kind of way to resolve the situation. So eventually, you decided that the only way to get out was to break free, break out of the jail. So you organized some kind of escape mission, and there was some kind of route between Mars and Earth, some kind of shuttle which was going on between these two planets for whatever reason, like a transport shuttle maybe or something like that. And basically you were able to sneak in into that shuttle and come to our planet. In here you landed somewhere, apparently it was like an Arctic region where that shuttle was going, and it went deep inside the earth, inside some kind of caverns, basically to the inner earth. So you were able to escape from there, but the climatic environment in there, well, apparently it was not suitable for you, for your physical body. Basically, it was some kind of gas, I guess, which you were not able to breathe. because that shuttle was not intended for human transportation. It was transporting some kind of materials or something. And when you get out of that spaceship, basically you suffocated and died. After that, this planet was already in its present state in our current history. So what happened? Your soul has been recirculated and basically incarnated into human body, which was never your intention, but that's just how it happened by the forces who are administrating this planet. And apparently you have been born in the region somewhere like Romania, and there apparently it was some kind of like a hub, like some place where a lot of reptilian souls have been living. I guess that refers to the fact that there is a lot of vampire legends from that region, which are based on reptilian mythology. So whatever it was your choice or the guides have guided you there, but it was somewhere where you have been born, and your soul was still having strong reptilian influence from its previous lives. So it was a strong soul. So you have become apparently like a fighter, I guess, and have been participating in lots of battles and whatever it was, local battles or fighting different nations or whatever. Roman Empire was also rising and dominating during that period, and there was collaboration between Roman Empire and Romanian lands. So lots of Roman Empire battles have been Romanian battles too. Basically, you have been participating in those battles. But during one life, you have met some kind of sage, some kind of wise person, shaman, whatever you call it, and it has given you like an awakening. It did something to you. You received like a new spiritual awakening. And then what happened is that you received new spiritual guides. And those guides were from Sirius star system. And those guides sticked with you and began to guide you through your spiritual evolution. So you began a new journey, a journey of discovering your spirituality, and went through various types of spiritual experiences in different lifetimes. Most of the lives have been somewhere in Europe, somewhere around the Romanian region, like a little bit broader, in a broader sense, but that was the center. And you have been traveling to different sites, looking for all sort of different spiritual practices. That leads, I guess, into this life. And in this life, you are, let's just say, still in the alignment process to align yourself with the guides you have in the series, and in the discovery process too, because there is apparently a lot for you to discover more in this life. Those guys apparently we have prepared a lot of discoveries for you to make. Apparently there's a lot of inner power in you, but it is undiscovered. And there are certain, I guess, symbols, symbolic signs which can awaken those powers. How to find those signs, I guess it's not up for me to decide. It's the guides who are going to give those signs to you when the time is right, and you will know what to do with them after you will see them. But apparently this is something that will happen to you eventually. It is all planned, and the guides will gonna give you everything that you need to get. And there is this path of also some kind of like a sage, where you will be able to, well, let's just say, help people with sagic powers, but it's a bit unclear how you will enter that position. It's only for the guides to know that, and they will do their job. Eventually, after the learning experience, there's still gonna be some growing for you to do in this planet, at least for one more life, to fully realign your energies. So we will gonna still be growing, but much smoother than in this life. And after that, it's gonna be time for you to move on to different learning experience, and it is gonna be in Sirius. So you will gonna move to Sirius and study with your guides there, and you will gonna learn a lot of interesting things, which is also apparently not for us to discuss now. But eventually what's gonna happen, that you will gonna achieve certain mastery, and with that mastery you will be able to guide souls. So what you will gonna be doing later on is you are going to be choosing certain souls which are ready to accept your teaching from different kinds of planets, and you will gonna become their guide and will guide them through their evolution to learn from you, and later on from some kind of school which you are going to represent, probably from Sirius, and you will gonna be like a guide to them. Apparently this is going to be an occupation that you are going to be occupied for quite some time, several thousand years at least. Eventually you will gonna evolve further on. Apparently it is going to be something bigger, maybe working with groups of souls or something like that, but you will gonna keep on that route of helping people, guiding, and helping them to grow and to reach their potential. So apparently these are the most seen energies for this moment. Is there any questions you would like to ask about that? The Cobra from Portal 2012? Oh, yes, that person is familiar. Oh, but yeah, but the tsunami apparently was offsetted, because technically the tsunami was supposed to happen in 2025, and it was supposed to start in Japan region, and actually it did happen. The big earthquake happened, and the tsunami did not happen. Everybody was afraid that it will gonna happen. Technically, from our point of view, the tsunami was offset, at least for now. Whatever, if not others are agreeing with that, well, it's their opinion. From our point of view, it's not gonna happen. Well, to evacuate people, it's a bit complicated because most of the souls in here are, let's just say, not in a state for evacuation. Most of the souls probably would not even want to be evacuated because, well, I kinda probably like this type of experience. So I don't know about the evacuation idea, but the whole ascension thing, it's inevitable because eventually the universe has to evolve, and there is certain time limits before things have to change, and we will have to change. It's basically inevitability, but we are just let's just say working towards more positive way of ascending, not a climatic ascending, but more like harmonious ascension. That's basically what we are focusing our energies towards. Well, from our point of view, we don't see any kind of cataclysmic end of your life. We see your life as going on in harmonious and balanced way, and therefore the ascension for you is going to be together with others, but you will gonna be a bit ahead of them because you have guides, and your guides will gonna give you guidance on how to evolve faster, not according to the common consciousness on the planet, but on your individual path, so you will gonna ascend faster. That's yes, in this lifetime you should actually technically be having them now, because the guides are active in your life, they're guiding you, and many decisions that you are making regarding your spiritual evolution, they are influenced by the guides. So technically you are in contact. Maybe you haven't just noticed that. Do you have dreams by which in which you are visited by some kind of wise people or something like that? Yeah, those are very important questions. But there is, you see, some, well, it's not so easy because we have to understand that in this planet, not everything is smooth, not everything is according to a perfect plan. There is a lot of misalignments. We are working with the best what we have, but not everything is happening in perfect order. There are a lot of mistakes and a lot of which causes a lot of suffering. Despite that, even though on a short sight, maybe we do not see everything as perfect, but on the higher side, things are more or less within the parameters. So even though we don't understand how things are unfolding right now, if it's right or not, but we have to trust that on the longer time frame, it is still within the parameters. And well, problem is that we are not allowed to know that. So we have to trust in things. But yeah, in that sense, yes. So when your soul came from our universe, it came alone. We don't see other souls related to you. But regarding your soulmates, you had some, because soulmates are usually the souls with which you spend a lot of time, and your soulmates would be that that group from that spaceship that you were traveling in, and these are souls which you can relate to, which were your friends. Whatever they are in your life right now, well, it's difficult to say. Maybe after we will gonna go through your pictures, maybe we will see if some of them are in your life right now. So yes, that's a very good point. What you should do now? Well, at the moment, the most important thing is for you to make a contact with your soul guides. But the best way for you to make that contact is through fifth dimension, not the third dimension. To do that, you need to explore a certain technique which is called lucid dreaming. Are you familiar with this concept? So, if you will master lucid dreaming, you will be able to meet those guides, and you will gonna be able to ask for them to appear in your dream and to communicate with them. At that point, you will be able to have that deeper connection with them and to move that into this third dimension. This is basically how it will gonna unfold. Yeah, that's the usual protocol which we have been taught, to start with lucid dreaming and to meet your dream guide, which can be from other planets, and then move to physical plane. Most of our information which we are putting in our like books and things like that are coming from our dreams, from lucid dreaming. Let's look at pictures. In the first picture, there is your mother. So with mother, there is some kind of karmic relationship. Apparently, you have been related before in various roles. She was always in those previous lives your like a maternal role. Like she was like, now she's your mother. Before she was like your teacher in the school. She was your like a doctor or something. She always had some kind of role in your life. Why it was so? Apparently, there was some kind of contract between you, but it was not your personal contract. It was contract written by some other forces. For some reason, forces which are administrating this planet, they decided that she should take care of you. So that's what she was doing. Well, that is not clear. She's not. We cannot look into her soul records because she did not give permission. But she's not emitting any kind of, let's just say, extraterrestrial vibrations. So she's not like you. You are not vibrationally related, and she's not expressing any kind of evolved state of soul. Despite that, she was assigned as the word for that is custodian, meaning person who is watching over you. So she is assigned to look after you. That's what she's doing for several lives. Next one is the father. The father is also karmically related. The father figure actually, you also had several lives together, and when you were a soldier, he was your in several lives he was your commander. He was like a legion commander, and you were a soldier in that legion. So he was also like custodian for you. He was also watching over you and guiding you, but in different matter, more like in discipline and like strict rules and control and certain similar attributes. The point being, that he was also assigned for you for some reason. Basically, both of the parents are long-lived with you in previous lives. The point being that they are both assigned for you. We both wish you some kind of best, the way we understand that, and that's their job, and they are doing it to the best of their ability, despite what you think about it. Next picture is brother. Brother does not seem to be related to you. Apparently it's a different project. So apparently it was just a coincidence that you ended up in the same family. He's probably also related more to the parents. They had some kind of contract with him and you just ended up in the same family. It was just basically a coincidence, and there is not much to say about it. Next picture is friend with a question mark. Can you elaborate a little bit about the question mark part? So the person, this girl, she also had reptilian incarnations, and regarding that, she is stating that you had previous lives together. Our point of view, that seems to bear some truth. Apparently, you have met. I would say that it was a very close relationship, but I would say that she intended in previous lives that your relationships should have been closer, even though probably it did not conclude it in that. But in this life, there is a chance for that, because the energy is active between you two, and there is possibility for that. But the energies which you two are gonna have to go through together are challenging. So you have to keep that in mind. It's not gonna be a flow, like go with a flow relationship. It's gonna be a challenging relationship, a strong growth for you both. So whatever it's something you would like to endure, it's possible to try. Endure means to take on a challenge. So is there any other questions you would like to talk about? You mean like accidental death? Well, it doesn't look like you have planned your quick exit from life. It does not seem like that's, at least it's not seen at this moment. Where did you get that idea from? So what you are referring to is your certain karmic situations, because a lot of these energies and these ideas are coming from your past lives, especially your soldier lives, and you were in army, and well, in the battles, things happen. You are injured, you injure others, that creates karmic balance, and all the experiences that you had, like close death calls, was from those lives, like karmic, basically a repetition from before. Yes. Anything else? Well, planet is obviously under occupation because we are obviously not free. The fact that we will know that the planet is free is the fact that we will be able to leave the planet physically without restrictions. At the moment, nobody is going out and nobody is going in, so obviously the planet is still quarantined, And regarding whatever it is going to be liberated, well, we have no doubt in that, because that's why we are all here, to make sure that happens. Yes, because you have the guides from Sirius, and Sirius are seriously, no pun intended, Sirians are seriously involved with the liberation of the planet. You are chosen for certain roles, which you will gonna have to discover for yourself, because those roles are prepared for you. Just have to accept the knowledge and your role, but you will gonna have to prove that you are worth of that role, and the proof will gonna be that you will be able to meet your guides, beginning with the lucid dreaming and later on physically, and then your role is going to be revealed and it's gonna be clear for you. Well, you have to also understand that the soul is not always like living in the past. Soul is also evolving, and your soul now is evolving into the Sirian soul. It wants to merge with Sirian consciousness, and even though before you felt alone and maybe left by your soul group, but now you are moving to the Sirian consciousness, and we will gonna have a new soul family. So that is something more for you to discover. Yes, Sirians are very human-like. If you ever watched, there is a superhero called Mr. Manhattan, I think. So investigate that, and then you will gonna see some Sirian traits there. Before that, we have some additional information for you to practice individually. So because now we have opened these soul records energies, these energies will gonna be active for some time. So we encourage you to explore these energies, meaning the thoughts, the feelings, the experiences you had during this conversation, that you would go deeper into them. And like if you're practicing meditation or some kind of spiritual practices, during those practices, remember the energies that you felt during this conversation and work on those energies. Try to explore them, go deeper into those energies, and you will experience more extension of those energies, maybe remember some of the past lives. Also, if you are active in dreaming, before going to sleep, remember also these energies and go to sleep with these energies. And during the dream state, you will gonna, in your astral body, explore more of those energies and maybe even experience some of your past lives. So these are few practices for you to practice in the coming weeks until the energies will be active, because later on it's gonna fade away. We will gonna begin to forget things, like a human nature. But to help you remember, we made a recording, and this recording will gonna appear in our YouTube channel in around a month time, and you will be able to listen to it again and re-experience those energies, and maybe look from a different angle, because maybe it was a bit of a load of information for one time, so maybe not everything registered in your mind. So you will be able to listen again and explore it again and keep on those energies active, listening to this recording how many times you will want to. So that's about that. Oh, no, because we had thousands of people we talked to, so there was quite a few from other universes. So for the closing of our communication, we would like to thank you for the ability to communicate with you, and we hope that we were able to provide any kind of service to you. So if there is some kind of gratitude you would like to express for our service, there are links in our website how you can express them. Well, obviously we have to be realistic that it's a bit of like a difficult mission to put a full picture of your soul history, millions of years, in 1 hour time frame. So it's you have to be a bit realistic about that, but despite that, we are just trying our best to portray what's possible. So okay, so thank you for the communication, and we wish you all the best. Definitely, if for example you would like to explore more of your soul history, people come to following conversations and we further discuss all sort of subjects. It's always possible to continue. In the series we will meet, I guess, for sure, our planetary liberation process, when you will gonna align yourself with your mission, which you will about to discover. We are glad to be of service and to have someone to serve. Wish you all the best.